Cheers, Jimmy. Yeah, I've got Ben Ryan here, the victorious Fiji head coach. Ben, 7 World Series champions last season. You just knocked off the first one. That must feel pretty good.
It's a relief, you know, because we were a bit undercooked coming into this, but it always gives you a little bit more confidence to know that what you're doing, you know, back home is working. And nice. I thought our semi-final was a cracking game against New Zealand, and then you know, a good England side, you know, were put away in about a 5-minute spell in the first half where we just dominated the kickoff.
Yeah, restarts have been huge, haven't they? Are you the best restart team we've ever seen on this series?
I think no. I think you go back to the Samoan team that won the world title, based around all of that, and we want to try and replicate that and be a real threat. And you can see Chasa Vermalua is just, you know, he's so good in the air. And when you've got 4 guys over 6'5", it sort of helps.
Ollie used to captain a team that Ben Ryan coached. What do you think he's done for this Fiji side on the Sevens World Series?
I mean, I think what he's done is he's just nurtured that natural talent. They're just and brought a little bit of structure and determination into particular specific areas, like the breakdown. Before Fiji, we always knew they were a fantastic offloading side, but now their precision, how they attack that breakdown, how ruthless they are on the tackle, you know, it's so difficult for teams to live with them. And then when you add into that mix 6'5" and nearly 100 odd kilos, pretty difficult beast to stop.
Yeah, Jerry Tuwai, player of the tournament. I mean, he's running hot at the moment, isn't he? He's got great feet. People compare him to the likes of William Ryder, the likes of Waisali Serevi, and I guess that's warranted.
Yeah, good story about Jerry. He was drug tested last night, sharing a sandwich with one of the Japanese guys, got food poisoning, throwing up all night. I ruled him out of the game this morning. They put him on an IV drip for the doctors, gave him a bar of chocolate, rolled him out onto the field, and he did what he did. So fair play to Jerry. You know, he comes from a very humble background and, you know, lives in a settlement in Suva. So I'm really thrilled for him and for a couple of our new caps as well.
What's the limit for this team, Ben? I mean, you finished the title on top last season. You qualified for the Olympics, and that's a big date, isn't it, next August? I mean, what's the priority? Is it just winning as many of these events as you can, or is it really preparing in the background so you peak next August in Rio?
Got to put your ego, I think, to side a little bit and think about the bigger picture. So there'll be boys here that have played quite a lot of rugby here, and I'll have to change them up for next week. I don't want to heighten the chances of any long-term injuries. And I said at the start of the week, if we come last in the series and win the gold medal, I'll take it. That probably won't happen now. We'll try and keep winning a few tournaments, and big tournaments like this, yeah, it's great preparation for the Olympics.
No Semi Kunatani this time around, who was one of the stars of last series, but what sort of players can we expect you to bring in over the next 9 events remaining on the series ahead of Rio?
Well, we got 2 that got injured before we came out that would have made this 12. We got 2 that are in Dubai in the stands that will probably come into the Cape Town team. So that's already 16 back home at least that we think are a standard of being in this side. And then obviously you got Semi at Toulouse. It's just not even warming the bench. He's warming the TV, watching the bench. And he'll come in.
So are you in touch with the coaches there to try and get him in?
Yeah, but you know, you have to fly over and have a little chat to them all. So I've already gone to Toulon and chatted to them about Josh Tuisova, who's obviously Pio's brother, and we're hoping to have him in one of the tournaments coming up, Semi Kunatani, Samasoni Viri Viri, and Glasgow. We're chatting to you about Leone Nakarawa. There's 4 there, but I got to say, look, I told the local boys, you know, you front up, you win tournaments, you're going to get picked for the Olympic Games, and that's what I want to happen. I want to take a local side, but I also want to keep the door open, and we'll pick on form, and that's what I intend doing.
Ollie, if you're an opposition coach on the series at the moment and you're watching this Fiji side and the way they're playing right now, how do you try and beat them? Well, what do you throw at Fiji to try and knock them off?
I think for starters, you're petrified of the thought there's 5 or 6 other players that can come in and add to this squad, but I think England did a really good job that second half. I think they demonstrated how they can frustrate this Fiji side, and because Fiji in the first half was so dominant, you know, 28-7, and then England managing to get back into it, eat their way in, frustrate the Fijian side, really at the breakdown frustrate the ball. If you give them possession, you let them run riot, then they're a difficult side to play against. But there's so many threats all over the park. Restart-wise, so dominant there. Breakdown-wise, so dominant. And we know how great they are with the ball in hand. The key is you've got to be 100% on your money, defensively so accurate, and when you get the opportunities to put them to the sword, you take them. Only then will you beat them.
Ben, Fiji sides in the past have sometimes been guilty of not backing up performances at the following event, but are you confident you'll go to Cape Town next week and put on a good show there as well?
Oh, I'm not confident, no. Particularly because I think, you know, our fitness results were a little bit under what we would normally have for the series, but we're trying to beef them up a little bit. As you've seen, you know, 97 kilograms our average, you know, in the squad, and that includes your little Jiri Tilwise. So no, I think Cape Town will be different. I haven't seen the draw yet. New Zealand are obviously hit with a horrendous run of injuries right in day, you know, the first tournament. I think South Africa will come back very hard. I think USA and Mike's doing a brilliant job there, and you know, full credit for him, because we haven't always seen eye to eye, me and Mike. And I think that.
Oh, really? We had no idea.
That water's all under the bridge now. You know, I respect him as a coach, and he's doing a terrific job. And I think Samoa are coming through as well. And I like what Australia are putting on the table as well. So
that's pretty much everyone.
It is pretty much. Well, if you think about it, it's good for us if the USA and Samoa and World Rugby and everything else. When I don't want to say this in a condescending manner, but when everyone plays 100%, Fiji are the best. It's as simple as that. We just need to bring 100% of the game.
Well, Ben, your team's been fantastic this weekend, like they were all last season. Congratulations. Thanks for your time. Safe trip to Cape Town and good luck next week. And thanks, Ollie, for your time too. Back to you, Jimmy, in London.